Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be working on the van. I've been noticing some oil leaks right down underneath the radiator, and I can't seem to find what that leak is. Not sure what the term is for it, but did a little bit of research here and there, and I believe that might be the oil cooler for the transmission. So I think over time with the rust and stuff like that, the hose just went out, so it's slowly leaking. So take it apart and see what it is. Can't seem to find a DIY for it, so just gonna have to do it myself. But if you look under there, you can see oil down this plastic tray cover down here. So I'm gonna take off the bumper and actually see what's wrong with it. I might have to replace the line, but yeah, never done it before, so gonna take us through it. Also, by the way, this is a 2007 Honda Odyssey EXL. It's got roughly about 180 some thousand miles on it, so it's got a lot of mileage on it, but still runs pretty good. So in order to get more access to underneath where the radiator is, I'm gonna have to take off the front bumper. And to begin, I gotta take off these little clips here. So there's a bunch of clips on top. That's where I'm gonna begin, is just taking all these little clips off. And by the time I get all the clips off, this plastic shield up here should be able to come off, and then there'll probably be a couple clips down below, and then we'll go from there. And there's some clips underneath that's got to come out too. So there we go, there's 10 clips, plastic clips. Then I taken them all out. It was pretty easy. So now this plastic thing should just come off. I just gotta pop that clip. And the one over here, then that should be pretty much it for on top. Right, I think that's it for on top. Now I just gotta jack it up and do the bottom. Then we should be good to go, I think. Alright, so here's how it looks like underneath. There's supposed to be a whole bunch of clips along the front bumper near the front here, but as you can see, I'm missing a whole bunch. So that's easy on my end, but there's 1, 2, 3. I think there's only 3 on this side, but the rest is gone. So those all have to come out. And then this splash shield has to come out, so there's a whole bunch of clips too. So just have to take those clips out, drop the shield, and that will give us access to the lines that are underneath. But you can see there's a whole bunch of oil there, some there. So it's leaking right underneath here, right in the center. So yeah, it's hard to film, so I'm not gonna film. I'm just gonna take those off. But just look for those clips and just pop those clips out. And there's 2 bolts at the end, one there on this side and one on the other side. Probably have to take that bolt off, so because that's holding part of the plastic end. So take that bolt off, and along with those other clips, and we should be good. So don't forget, on some models there's a bolt that's holding it in there. I was about to yank it off, but I noticed there was a bolt in there, so you gotta take the side of the bolt off. It takes for mine, takes a Phillip head, so just gotta pop that off before you pop the side off. Just like that, the bumper is off. Just like that, she's out. You know, all that oil. This is the under tray. Ooh, now we have access to it. Alright, so I was doing some research, and in order to get access to some of the 10 mil bolts down there for the transmission line, I have to remove the radiator, the top mount here. That way I can lift it up a little bit more to get access to that bolt down below. So I already taken this one out. I'm gonna have to take this one out too. It's 10 millimeter, so I'll be doing that right now. Alright, got both sides out. That one's out, and that's out. So I think that should allow me just enough room from down there. I can show you guys what I'm talking about. It's hard to see. Right there's this bracket here, and it's blocked by that frame support there, but if I lift it up just a tag, there's a 10 mil bolt just underneath that bracket there that needs to come out. And so you can see there ain't got room unless the radiator is push up. So I gotta take that 10 mil out. I'm not sure if there's any more. Might be another 10 mil over here, and this bracket over here too that needs to come out. So it's hard to film down here, but you get the idea. That one, and there's another bracket over here that needs to come out. Once that's out, then you can see where my leak is. It's probably right here. That's where I see the most. So I'll be replacing this main line. Runs all the way over here, all the way out to the transmission. So yeah. Alright, so here's more lighting, but the one I just got this one out right there. See if I can push it up. Yeah, it's too hard to see, but it's right there. I got that one out, and the next one is the one right over here. It's hard to see too, but there's a 10 mil right underneath where my finger is, right there, right behind there. There's another 10 mil over there that holds the other bracket on. So I'm going to try to get that out. Alright, so here's the hose. Finally got it out after struggling with it. So here's where the 10mm bolt is. I was able to get the one over here off. As you can see over here, couldn't get this one off. I snapped it in there, so I had to cut it, twist it just to get it off. So I won't be able to hook this 10mm back on when I get the replacement one. This one will just have to just sit there, but I should be able to put this one back on, the new one back on with the 10mm bolt, but this other one I can't because the nut is still stuck on the bottom of that radiator. But got the hose out, so just have to buy the replacement and then I'll put it back on. Alright, so here's a list of parts that I got online for the van to complete the installation of the oil cooler. So got some replacement hose. Here's a part number for this one. Here's a part number for the longest one. And here's that metal rail that rotted out. It's part number. Here's the last hose. Part number for it. And then 6 of these replacement clamps. You can use your old one, but I figure I might as well replace it. So that's the part number for it. And that's pretty much it. So it came in this little box here. It took about a week to get in. So I'm gonna replace it. And here's a shot of the old one. So I'm replacing everything. I'm replacing this long one here, short one here, and then the other hose there, and this is the metal rail right here. So I'm replacing all that, and these are the old clamps that I'm replacing. So I'm just gonna set that up the same way as how it came out. So leave your old one as your reference point and just set the new one the same way. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Alright, so for mine, I'm gonna have to cut. Let me set this on here. I'm gonna have to cut this bracket off because on my old one I couldn't get the bolt out and I had to cut it off. So there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to put bolt this back up. So I'm gonna have to cut it up here. But on yours, if you can get it off, then you won't have to cut it. But because I can't get the old nut out and I had to cut mine, here's how my old one looks like. So I had to cut that off, so now I can't bolt that back on. So the new one, I'm just gonna cut the bracket off. And then for these two up here, there's clips on the old one. You just have to take those clips off and put it back on the new one. And then installation is the same as how you take it off. So we'll go from there. So I finished cutting the bracket off. Here it is. I just use a Dremel. Got that off. So and then in the process of doing that, I figure I might as well spray some paint on it, just so it doesn't rust. So I spray some bed liner spray paint on it, so just give it a little bit of protection. So now I'm gonna hook up the hose and put it back on the car or the van. So just like that, the new one is transferred over and set up the exact same way as the old one. So now I just gotta put it in. Alright, got everything back in. All nice and secure. So again, the installation is the reverse of taking it off, so it's hard to film in here. It's very tight, but it's in, so that's the good part. So last step is to put everything back together, and hopefully we don't have any leaks and everything will be good. Alright, got everything put back together. Bumper is back on. Car is started, and I did top off the transmission fluid. The fill bolt is right there. That's the fill bolt. So just got to take it for a spin, but that's pretty much it. So not too bad besides taking out the bumper and having to cut that bracket off, but for the most part straightforward. So hopefully I don't have any more leaks, and we'll go from there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette.